Maya receives a strange voicemail from her dead sister. The message warns her not to look into the mirror after midnight. She discovers a half-covered mirror in the hallway. Her reflection blinks first. Something is wrong. Distorted voice calls. Why did you look? The mirror shatters on its own. In the bathroom, her reflection smiles without her. The reflection says to come through. Another voicemail plays. It's her own voice. It's already inside. Her reflection steps out from the mirror. She's not alone. The next day, a new tenant enters. The cycle continues. This is the last voicemail. It was late at night, and Maya was getting ready for bed when her phone vibrated. She looked at the screen and saw that she had a new voicemail from an unknown number. The voice on the other end was raspy and sounded like it was coming from under a blanket. Maya, you should probably listen to this. Don't look in the mirror after midnight. Don't look in the mirror after midnight. Please, please don't do it. Don't look in the mirror after midnight. Then the line went dead. She didn't recognize the number, and the voice sounded strangely familiar, but she couldn't place it. After racking her brain for a while, she decided to ignore it and went to sleep. But the voice kept replaying in her head. She tossed and turned in bed, but sleep wouldn't come. She got up, walked over to the window, and stared out into the darkness. Suddenly, she noticed something strange. There was a full-length mirror in the hallway that had been covered with a sheet. Why would anyone cover a mirror? It seemed pointless and creepy. Curiosity got the better of her, and she walked over to pull the sheet off. As she did, a single word was spelled out in what looked like dried blood. Don't. Just as she read the word, the clock on the wall chimed 12 times. She jumped back in surprise. As she stared at the mirror, she could have sworn that the reflection blinked. But when she looked again, it didn't move. What? Was she imagining things? She wanted to get a closer look. As she stepped closer, the reflection did it again. It blinked. Something was definitely wrong. Then a distorted voice echoed from the mirror. Why did you look? The voice sounded like the voice on the answering machine, only more distorted and deeper.
Aus.
It seemed to be coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. She stumbled back, knocking over a nearby chair. As she turned to run, the mirror behind her exploded into 1,000 pieces. She ran to the bathroom, turned on the light, and stared directly at her reflection. She forced herself to smile, but her reflection smiled wider, almost as if it were mocking her. The reflection spoke. To come through, it said. To come through, it repeated, its voice echoing in the small space. Her phone vibrated in her pocket.
Ow.
She pulled it out and hit the play button. On the other end was her own voice. It's already inside. Then the line went dead. The reflection began to step out of the mirror. Its eyes glowed red in the darkness. She wasn't alone in the bathroom anymore. She screamed and tried to get away, but there was no escape. The figure stepped out of the mirror and approached her. She closed her eyes, waiting for the worst, but it never came. When she opened her eyes again, the figure was gone. Had she imagined it all? Was she going crazy? The next morning, she called the landlord to complain about the broken mirror. She told him about the voicemails and the strange occurrences that had happened the night before. He listened patiently and then hung up. Later that day, a new tenant moved in. She was excited to have a new roommate and began unpacking her things. Her name was Maya. The new tenant looked around. So where's the bathroom? She asked. The old tenant pointed down the hallway. Second door on the right. Maya thanked her and walked away. She turned the corner. She noticed the mirror on the wall. It had been covered with a sheet, and she walked over to uncover it. Don't, the old tenant warned. Please don't do this. She ignored her and pulled the sheet off. When she did, she gasped. There, written in what looked like dried blood, was the word don't. As if on cue, the clock on the wall chimed, and she jumped back in surprise. Staring at the mirror, she could have sworn that her reflection blinked.